Archila. I am one of the co-directors of the New York Working Families Party, and today I am here to tell all New Yorkers that we are ready to elect a mayor that will stand with us every single day, and that person is Zoran Mamdani. Last night, the Working Families Party coalition of unions, community organizations, individuals met to decide how we would rank our slate of mayoral candidates. And with overwhelming support, our coalition voted to support Zoran Mamdani as our number one. And Zoran has captured the imagination of the city with an inspiring campaign. From day one, he listened to the dreams and the struggles of working class New Yorkers and proposed a bold agenda to make New York City more affordable for working families, safer for everybody, and with a vision that has dignity for every single person at the center every single day. We are inspired. We are invited into this vision. We are proud and we are ready to win this race with Zoran as the leader of this city. For over a year, the Working Families Party has been working with our coalition of organizations and elected officials and allies to propose a strategy that leverages ranked choice voting and that keeps the candidates and the ecosystem of political organizations and leaders aligned around the goal of making sure that New Yorkers can have a mayor that sides with workers, with tenants, with students every single day, and that we leave in the past the chaos and corruption of Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo. Yes. The battle lines are clear. On the side of the billionaires, on the side of the corporate landlords, on the side of Trump is Andrew Cuomo. And on the side of workers, on the side of tenants, on the side of immigrants, on the side of working families is Zoran Mamdani, leading the coalition of candidates that include Comptroller Brad Lander, Council Speaker Adrian Adams, State Senator Zellner Myrie, and State Senator Jessica Ramos. Each one of them is a leader that represents the values of working families. We are immensely proud to be standing here today with Zoran, who has broken through not just the expectations, but the sense of disillusion that people were left with after the November elections. Zoran has not only proposed a bold vision, but sparked a sense of optimism in a moment of darkness. And as an immigrant myself, it is actually a special point of pride to say that the next mayor of this city is also an immigrant himself. So please help me celebrate the incredible Zoran Mamdani with a round of applause.
Hi, my name is Lex. I'm a tenant in Flatbush and I'm a leader in the New York State tenant block. Tenants are the majority in New York State. We are the nurses, the cooks, the people who keep the city running, but high rents are forcing us to look out of the city that we love. And so that's why we, as over 17,000 tenants, have come together to say that we are going to elect a mayor that is committing to freeze the rent. The New York State tenant block is proud to endorse Zoran Mamdani as our top pick for mayor because from day one, he is committed to freezing the rent for all 4 years in office, and he's ready to stand up against the landlords who are buying sports cars and vacation homes with our rent money. That money should be going to us and our loved ones and not to our landlords. He's ready to stand with the people who make New York the city that we love. Every candidate on the Working Families Party slate supports a rent freeze, but you know who doesn't? Your favorite landlord's favorite candidate, Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo is the only candidate in the race who is still against a rent freeze. If you're against a rent freeze, that means you're for rent hikes. Boo! Landlord profits are already up 12% this year. Tenant wages are going down, and we can't meet the profit margins. We don't have them. The rents are burdens. So we're proud to stand here with the Working Families Party to say ranks are on number one, and vote for this incredible slate. If we vote together as tenants, we make up 70% of New York. We have incredible influence in this election if we come together.
My name's George Alber. I'm the co-chair of a group called NYPen. We came together in 2016 to support another authentic, great grassroots candidate. You may have heard of Bernie Sanders. So, you New Yorkers are very good at telling phonies from authentic people. We have an authentic guy right here. And it's so great to be able to vote for someone rather than against. You know who's not authentic? The guy who's running around claiming that he is a progressive, right? He supported the minimum wage increase, and now he wants to raise it to $20. You know why? It should be $20 already. You know why it's not $20? Because Andrew Cuomo was against raising the rent. When Bill de Blasio said, we want to raise it in New York City, he said, you can't do that. The people like me and others in the Working Family Party, we were involved in that struggle to raise the minimum wage. We know that Andrew Cuomo stood in the way. How did he stand in the way? Because he was supporting a group that put the Republicans in charge of the Senate, a minority, right? And they opposed it. We know that he was a phony because he's never met a Republican he didn't like. He's supported by the same people who support Trump, the billionaires. That's where he is not a true Democrat. In fact, when he decided to run for this position, I thought he was running in the Republican primary.
Right.
You know, so this is an easy one, New Yorkers.
Yes.
He may get 35% in the polls, right? The disgraced ex-governor. Our slate, do the math, add it up. We're way higher than that. So on primary day, Andrew Cuomo and the people behind him, which are the same people behind Trump, they're going to get a big surprise because a true working class progressive is going to win this primary. And the Working Families Party, I was there in '98. I am so proud of this party right now. I tell you, we are going to make a difference.
Hello and Shabbat Shalom. My name is Alicia. I'm the Political Director of Jews for Racial and Economic Justice, and I am so excited to be here today alongside the Working Families Party and to be standing here beside Zoran Mamdani as the WFP makes this bold, historic announcement. Way back in March, JFRED proudly threw our support behind both Brad Lander and Zoran Mamdani for mayor. And today, it's thrilling to see the Working Families Party step up and name Zoran as their top choice, with Brad right behind him at number 2. But make no mistake, defeating Andrew Cuomo will take everything we've got. So fill out your entire ballot. Vote for Zoran, vote for Brad, don't stop there. Support the rest of the WFP slate by ranking Adrian Adams, Selma Myri, and Jessica Ramos. The stakes couldn't be higher right now for every New Yorker, but I want to speak especially to my fellow Jewish New Yorkers, because we know who Andrew Cuomo is. He's a serial harasser. He's a shameless liar. He's the man responsible for covering up catastrophic, devastating nursing home deaths. And now he's trying to use our city to stage his political comeback. And just like Trump, he's exploiting Jewish fear and pain for his own political gain. It's quite frankly disgusting to see Cuomo parade as a savior to the Jews, using the real and serious issue of anti-Semitism in a desperate, cynical manipulation to smear his opponents. Anti-Semitism is extremely serious, but Cuomo's claim that it is, quote, the most serious and the most important issue of this campaign and the toughest issue facing New York City and the country, it's not just disingenuous, but it's an intentional distortion of the reality that all New Yorkers, including Jewish New Yorkers, are living every day. We're grappling with skyrocketing rents, with childcare and home care costs that we can't afford, with housing insecurity, deepening inequality, And we're dealing with the rising threat of fascism, from attacks on free speech and access to healthcare to ICE tearing people from their homes and even courtrooms. Elevating Jews to a so-called model minority, more deserving of attention and protection than everyone else in New York, it doesn't keep us safe. It isolates us. And at JFREG, we know from decades of work on this issue that isolation fuels anti-Semitism. Jews are no more and no less deserving of safety than everyone else. And anyone claiming otherwise is just trying to divide all of us.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm New York City Council Member Chio Say. I represent the great 36th district in the City Council, which includes the neighborhoods of Bed-Stuy and North Crown Heights. And as someone that was raised in Brooklyn and still lives in Brooklyn as a tenant today, I've lived through the effects of a former disgraced governor that has ravaged New York City for years. We've seen rampant gentrification and displacement in Brooklyn and across the 5 boroughs, and the architect behind that was former disgraced Mayor Andrew Cuomo. Disgraced Governor Andrew Cuomo. Under his leadership, we saw rents skyrocket by over 50%. We saw shelters occupancy increase by over 40%. And we saw some of the largest displacement of Black people in the city of New York in years. And we need to prevent that from happening again. And the individual that has the opportunity to stop Andrew Cuomo from destroying our city once again is Assemblymember Zohran Mamdani. We're ranking Zohran number 1, we're ranking the rest of the WFP slate, and we're preventing all of the horrors that Andrew Cuomo has done to the city from happening ever again. So we're gonna vote and elect the next mayor of New York City, and that's Zohran Mamdani. Thank you.
Thank you so much to everyone who is here this morning. It is such an honor to be ranked by the Working Families Party as their number 1 choice for mayor. And it is an honor to receive this endorsement just 2 weeks from when New Yorkers will start heading to the polls. Because what New Yorkers will face in that moment is a choice of whether they want to return to the politics of the past, of big money and small vision, of corrupt leadership, or whether they want to turn to a new generation of leadership. Leadership that puts working people first. And we know where the Working Families Party has been when it comes to that fight, because they have been leading it for years. That it is not enough for us to simply be against that politics of the past. We have to also be for a politics of the future. And to stand here alongside this party, to have received their endorsement, is a validation of the shared vision we have of fighting for working class and middle class New Yorkers who are being pushed out of the most expensive city in the United States of America, pushed out of a city they helped to build, and pushed to move to places like New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, all in the hopes of finding a place their dollar can go that little bit further. And what we are pushing for today, with just these last few weeks of the election, is a vision of this city where we will freeze the rent, where we will make the slowest buses in the nation fast and free, and where we will take a $25,000 a year cost off the backs of working families by delivering them universal childcare. And I say this to you as someone who is not simply excited to be endorsed as an individual, but someone who is excited to lead a slate of candidates. And I ask New Yorkers, as you follow the guidance of this party to rank me number 1 on your ballot, follow their guidance again to fill your ballot. Fill it with the other candidates we have in this race that are part of this coalition. Brad Lander, Adrian Adams, Zelnor Myrie, Jessica Ramos. And remember to not rank Andrew Cuomo.
Yes.
We are showing New York City that we will run this city the way we've run this race, with a commitment to excellence, a commitment to competence, and a hunger to match the hustle of the people of this city in delivering them the results that will keep them in this city.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to say thank you to everyone here who has been paving the way for years in this fight for affordability and dignity. And thank you for the partnership of this party, of these organizations, of elected officials, such that over these next 24 days, we make clear to New Yorkers that we are going to win the city that they deserve, and that we are finally going to send Andrew Cuomo back to the suburbs.
Yeah.